Hello, YouTube and the world, basically. Um, I just decided to take a little bit time this morning to create another YouTube video. I'm home at the moment. This is actually our very organized downstairs, but it's not as bad as the other guest bedroom, which has a bunch of stuff from my aunt's house and is really kind of it's better. It's you can at least walk around fairly well in there, but it's still pretty much a mess in that room. And until we get it all like given away or cleared out, we won't have a guest bedroom for a while. But that's okay because we don't really have any plans to have guests this summer or anytime soon. Um, Yeah, so I'm in the middle of finals week right now. Next week will be my last final, and Monday and Tuesday I also have some papers due for my finals as well, both of which I'll be working on this weekend. I just thought I'd create a little quick video just to check in with you guys, to see how you guys are doing. I know I still don't have any subscribers, but I do have one patron over on the Patreon website, and we communicate with each other even though we've never like met each other in person. But I've posted some videos on the Patreon, and I've also posted videos, those same videos that I've made onto my Facebook, and then of course YouTube. I've only gotten one comment on one of my videos, but I don't really do Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, so I don't have any subscribers on my YouTube yet. But as long as people are like watching my videos and like paying attention, that's good enough for me. Um, Anyways, so yeah, so this is basically the final. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the final paper rubric that I have to use to write my final paper. It's for my undergraduate research class, which I did well on the final presentation. I got a 17 out of 20. Um, but I forgot to include a method slide because on her rough rubric for that presentation of what she wanted in the presentation, she didn't include a method slide. So I was thinking that I didn't need to have one, but luckily it didn't affect my grade too much. Like I said, I got a 17 out of 20. But my overall grade it affected. Before I was passing at a 80 over 88%, and now I'm in the D range at over 63%. But at least I still have the final paper, and probably when I turn that in, because it's 75 points, um, along with the spreadsheet, I that will bump my grade up and quite a bit, and I'll be back in like 70% range and therefore pass the class. Um, and all my other classes, I'm passing. So the seminar, which I turned the final paper in, emailed it to that professor yesterday. I'm passing with over 75. My sociology class, I'm passing in the A range, I believe. Or a high B range, and the criminal justice system, um, I believe I'm passing, I forget in what range as well. So yeah, so I finished school May 7th is my last final, and then I move all my stuff out May 8th. And then I still have one more year at HNU. Even though I am in my senior year, I still have one more year because I still need to fulfill a genetics requirement, and I also did not pass a class last semester. I completely failed it. I got an F, and I need to retake that class. It's exercise physiology um, that I need to retake, which was in that semester known as advanced human physiology. So it changed. The title changed, but anyways. So yeah, so in terms of just how I am generally, last week I was in relapse. I had a bit of a rough week, but I still managed to get my seminar poster done. and I got a pretty good grade on it. I got an 18.5 out of 25, so not that bad. And yeah, and that came out well. I liked how the poster looked, although the professor said it's good to have empty space, but I had a little bit too much empty space, so I guess I could have added more to it. But I was up till past 2 a.m. last Thursday before last, finishing it, and I didn't want to stay up any later to add more stuff. So yeah, so that went well, um, and I'm happy with the grade I got, and yeah, and I'll just have to see how I did on the paper, which is 100 points. And yeah, so um, and other than that, today is my last shift with Hopalong Animal Rescue, working with adopting out and taking care of the cats. And the exciting thing is, as I got an email yesterday or the day before from Danny Clark, who's the volunteer program manager, and she said that a litter of kittens arrived, and so when I go on shift today, there will be some kittens, at the adoption site. And, I'm not sure who's gonna be on shift with me, and maybe it's the same woman that was on shift last week, or it might be someone different, I don't know. But yeah, and so that this day is my last shift, and then I will have completed my CBL learning hours for the criminal justice system class, and we'll need to get some paperwork from the Hopalong offices to turn in to someone at school for showing that I completed those hours. And yeah, and then we have those final presentations this Tuesday from 4:30 to 7 or a little past 7 or something like that. Um, yeah, so I'm sorry you can't exactly see my whole face. I noticed that I'm kinda sitting like this and my chin gets cut off, but has to do with how our downstairs computer is set up, which is what I'm recording this on. I usually would record it on my laptop, but unfortunately the Wi-Fi isn't working in our house, so it's working on our main computer, but I'm not getting any Wi-Fi with our internet connection with my laptop, so I'm having to work on our main computer. But that's okay. It'll still work. I can still get my work on my papers and all of that. Um, yeah, so yeah, in terms of other stuff, I came out of the relapse probably really this past Sunday, and it was good timing because finals started for me this past Wednesday. And I had to prepare for them for on this past Monday and Tuesdays, as well as Wednesday. So I kind of came out of the relapse in a good time. But the week before this week, I was really out of it. I couldn't concentrate on schoolwork at all. There was one day I spent all in bed in my dorm. I didn't eat anything that day because I was in bed the whole day. And I just could not concentrate at all and work on any schoolwork. So, which is the typical thing that happens with me when I'm in relapse. I lose concentration, I lose energy, my energy gets a little lower. I can do stuff, but it's usually like watching Netflix or watching a movie or watching YouTube or something like that. I can never do schoolwork, or anything that requires like thinking or brain power or something like that. So that's kind of the big thing with my relapses. But I have been on a treatment plan for quite a couple months now. And like around June or so or July of this summer, I'll be meeting with my like doctors that are in charge of that treatment plan from California Center for Functional Medicine, and we'll be determining whether I can go off that plan, meaning I can go off all that medication, and I'm healthy enough and recovered enough to do that, or whether we still need to tweak it or add new medication, or I can go off some, but some I still need to be on. So that situation will happen this summer. And a lot of things I'm excited about this summer. There are some movies coming out that I'm excited about, like live action Lion King movie. There's also a live action Aladdin movie coming out. Um, and, uh And those are the only really 2 big ones I know about that I wanna see. And then, of course, my parents and my sister won't be coming because she lives down in LA and has an apartment down there and a job and everything. But my parents and I will be taking a big road trip to Sun Valley, Idaho, and we'll be staying in Idaho for a whole week, and I'm so excited, because I've never been to Idaho, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I always love road trips, and I prefer road trips over planes, honestly, unless, like, you're going overseas, in which case you have to go on a plane, but if, like, it's within the US, I'd prefer to road trip it, um, and, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Idaho. Um, and then I'll try and get as much horseback riding in at my current riding stable, Rancho del Lago, where I take lessons as well as sponsor horses, the same ones that I take lessons with, uh, and maybe even try and do one of the camps that my current instructor does at her stable, or at that stable that I ride at, because I've never done one of her camps, and I know she does do camps, so I'm curious about what her camps are like. Um, and yeah, and then other than that, just chillax during the summer. I'm not going to be taking any summer classes or anything like that. Um, and yeah, so yeah, it's almost 9, so, my parents are gonna be leaving at 9 to go to San Francisco to do their thing, and they'll be back in time for my to take me to my volunteer shift, I think, but, um, yeah, so I think, yeah, that's pretty much my check-in and all I wanted to say, and I should probably get started on my final paper for my research class. So, yeah, peace out. Till next time, guys.